KFC owner, 65 years old, suddenly became a billionaire thanks to the billion-dollar fried chicken. KFC, a name that is so familiar to Vietnamese families, is remembered by the crispy chicken pieces in the mouth, with a very special secret. And if you are a fan of this fried chicken, you will definitely not forget the image of the founder of KFC, an old man with a curly and soft hair with a friendly smile. Do you know behind that smile and love life, the whole life of the billionaire thought he would not escape for 60 years, and succeeded only when he was close to the earth? Colonel Holland Sanders was born in 1890 and grew up in a farm in Indiana, USA. At the age of 6, his father lost his mother. Sanders had to receive a basket for the neighbors and a potato in a toy factory in Henryville. He was also the father of 2 children and received the task of cooking for the whole family. At the age of 7, the boy was proficient in cooking vegetables and meat. In the year of Sanders he was 12, his mother remarried to a man with a strong will. Because his father-in-law did not like his son, his brother Sanders was sent to live with the family, and he had to work at a 80-meter farm. Sanders quickly realized that he liked to work more than to study. So he quit school in grade 7. In 1906, when he was 16, the boy Sanders started working in a factory in Indiana, USA. Sanders was born in 1912 and was sent to Cuba. Sanders' job was to clean the yard, and after 4 months, he was discharged from the army. At the age of 58, Sanders met and loved Claudia Price. They had a happy wedding in that year. Since then, the failure of his life was continuously in Sanders' hands. It seemed that he could not overcome it. Being a father at the age of 19 and trying to find a job to pay for his daily life is a pressure on the KFC founders. During the days of family founding, Sanders tried to become the master with his care for his family, but the black line always followed him. Working in the iron line was kicked, joining the army was not enough, and even simple insurance sales were not easy for him. At the age of 20, once again, the man lost everything. His wife was divorced. He had the right to raise a daughter that he loved so much. The whole world was against Sanders. His job was also rejected by him, but he did not give up. He continued to try to do his best to live a happy life. With the only wish that he could live with his family, he could raise his daughter. The most disappointing moment, after many years of struggling with various jobs, at the age of 40, Sanders began to stick to the cooking job that he loved since childhood. It was a restaurant located at the gas station of Corbin Street. When working at the gas station, he realized the need of the guests standing here. He came up with the idea of making a convenient dish to serve the customer, and that is the fried chicken that he used to call the home-cooked meal replacement. With the familiar powder, he combined with 10 different spices and herbs to mix the chicken before frying, creating a special fried chicken that many people love and support. As the number of customers increased, he opened a restaurant on the street. The restaurant was expanded to a restaurant with 142 seats. His food gradually became a signature dish of the Kentucky state in 1935. To record his contributions to the state's culinary art, the governor of the state has awarded Holland Sanders the Kentucky Colonel. Holland Sanders constantly studied different recipe for fried chicken. In 1939, while preparing fried chicken for the guests, he added the 11th spice, and this spice has completed the fried chicken that he has been studying for a long time. Holland Sanders said, "With that 11th spice, I have been able to use the best fried chicken ever." But Holland Sanders's life did not stop there. In 1950, a federal highway project, along with the economic collapse of the economy, it brought Sanders to the road of bankruptcy. He had to sell the industry with just enough money to pay taxes. The only remaining wealth was the $105 checkbook. The $105 checkbook was the first $105 in the Social Welfare Fund. It was never too late to start. With only $105 in his pocket, Sanders was thinking about suicide. He has never felt so ashamed because the government thought he could not live on his own, like a drop of water after a long crisis that has been chasing him for almost his whole life. Sanders cried bitterly. Even he openly realized that he had lost everything, nothing in his hands and no one by his side. He sat under a tree, intended to write a poem, but instead, he wrote what he could do. He realized that he could be richer, not as miserable as he is now. There is one thing he is sure to do very well, better than others. That is cooking. Thinking about doing Sanders used all the money he had just received to sell spices and the most expensive fried chicken processing for restaurants, independent in the whole United States. At the age to be retired, Sanders wandered around to find business opportunities. Everything is not easy. Sanders was rejected 10 times. However, passion and perseverance have convinced hundreds of other business facilities. He sold his secret with a price of 5 cents per chicken sold at dealers. And most of the food is delivered with just one hand. With Sanders, service, quality and cleanliness are the top priorities for any facility. He wants everything to be done in the right way, although it is simply cleaning or just for the cook. The special preparation of the sauce. There is nothing in a restaurant that Sanders is not ready to do. The process of acquiring a brand. In 1955, confident with the quality of his fried chicken, Sanders developed and established his own brand. Nearly 10 years later, Sanders has more than 600 franchises in the United States and Canada. Knowing the success of his in October 1963, John Y. and investor Jack C. Marcy, when he met Sanders, he wanted to buy the Kentucky Fried Chicken brand for $2 million. At first, the secretary did not agree, because he did not want to see his spiritual child fall into the hands of professional businessmen, afraid that they would only care about profit, but affect the quality of the food he worked so hard to think of. However, at the age of 30, he realized that, I do not have enough strength to keep a business development like this. Finally, Sanders agreed to sign a contract in January 2019, but he refused 10,000 shares in the new company. He only received as a consultant and brand ambassador, with a salary of $40,000 after increasing to $75,000 a year. By 1967, Kentucky Fried Chicken has become the 6th largest restaurant chain, with the highest sales in the United States. In 1971, Billionaire bought Kentucky Fried Chicken for $285 million. At that time, the corporation had more than 3,500 stores owned and licensed, and the company was the world's largest business. In 1982, R.J. Renoir's Industries Inc. bought Billionaire, bringing Kentucky Fried Chicken a new life. That year, Kentucky Fried Chicken's sales reached $2.4 billion, with 4,500 stores in the United States and 1,400 units in 54 foreign countries. No other fast food chain except McDonald's can compete with Kentucky Fried Chicken. In 1986, PepsiCo Inc. giant food company bought Kentucky Fried Chicken for $3.5 million. With sales of $3.5 million per year, the company was the largest food chain in the United States, and the company's sales reached $840 million. PepsiCo has succeeded in operating Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. PepsiCo hopes to introduce new products through Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurants. In general, the fast food market seems to be falling into a storm at the end of the 1980s. PepsiCo CEO Dwayne Calloway still believes that the position of Kentucky Fried Chicken is safe for 2 reasons. First, with the rapid competition by the large number of fast food suppliers, weak restaurants will certainly leave the market. Second, Kentucky Fried Chicken still has room to develop in the Northeast. China is the most notable new market in 1987. In 1991, Kentucky Fried Chicken was divided into KFC. Currently, KFC is owned by Yum Brands Inc. By December 2013, there were nearly 19,000 KFC stores in 118 countries and territories around the world, including more than 4,500 stores in China, and nearly 10,000 stores in other countries. You are watching the video on the Famous People channel. Don't forget to join the group to share your ideas with us. Details below the video. The origin of the logo and KFC brand. The main image of the logo design is the iconic image of the owner of the store, Helen Sanders. Over the years, the face of the logo has been more and more seriously modified. However, it still retains its original friendly nature. The red color of the logo makes it more and more vibrant and dynamic for the entire design table. The logo of KFC has been modified many times. The first time was the change of the features on the face of the store owner in 1952. Until 1978, a new logo design was introduced with some changes in the fontes. In 1991, this brand announced a new logo with the word KFC. The word fried was changed to F to enhance the image of a healthy and non-fatty food. In 1997, this logo was modified once again. During this time, the logo was simplified both in size and image. In April 2007, KFC made a big change in its ideas. At this time, the fast food brand provides the viewer with a new look at the overall design. Specifically, The owner's white coat was replaced with a red belt. The logo of KFC was designed by San Francisco tester. The designer added bright colors to the face of the owner in a more convenient way. Meanwhile, it retains its black color, close-up, and unique strawberry color. Finally, the logo includes the image of the owner of KFC smiling on the red background, along with a simple but prominent KFC letterline. The symbols are dynamic, deep, and the size is right. Not using the shadow is a great idea. Therefore, the design of the KFC logo can convey the message in a very clear way. KFC people dispute and affect human health. In addition to the positive aspect of solving food problems for busy people and create social income, KFC fried chicken, as well as other fast foods, it is considered harmful to human health if used continuously. Because fried dishes are considered one of the causes of cancer, obesity, and cardiovascular diseases. Entering the 21st century, fast food has been criticized for the problems surrounding animal welfare. The PETA Animal Protection Association has repeatedly opposed choosing the providers of food in the world of KFC. December 2012, the KFC store chain in China was stuck when it was discovered that it used growth hormones and antibiotics to increase the development rate of the food chain. The KFC began competing to increase its horizons. They, EDD, Montplayed, chewed, bread, cycles, drug, the fine. K. Fat, and the quality of the store's hygiene. Especially with its delicacy and quality, Sanders chose white paint for the store, so that all the impurities can be found and processed in time. He wants the customer's table to be clean and bright as possible. He often has unexpected visits to the facilities to make sure that the chicken is processed in the right way and follows the food hygiene process. His whole life he has traveled 250,000 miles a year to visit KFC restaurants around the world. At the age of 90, he became the billionaire of the world's most famous chicken brand, and after many ups and downs of life, he died in December 1980 due to stroke. Sanders' philosophy of hard work and perfection in serving customers is always an important part of KFC's tradition. And his life of a gentle smile is a mirror for all generations about the will to fight fiercely. Despite all failures in life, it's never too late to start. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to support the team. See you next time.